So for this week's My Video Diary, I would say that teachers should definitely error correct. They should look back at their lessons every day and decide like what worked, what didn't, what did the kids get, what did the kids not get. I know I'm very excited that I actually have a curriculum this year. This is my first year I've ever had a curriculum in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my 6th year teaching intense needs special education. And our district finally bought us a curriculum. And it's really nice because you can like input their IEP goals, and there's like an online component, and so it will actually take data for you, and it takes data not only on their IEP goals, how the lesson ties to their IEP goals, but also how they're making progress with the actual mastery of each lesson itself, each unit. And so I really like going in and using that reporting tool to figure out like what they're stuck on. I wouldn't say I do that every day. I probably do that about every week to just be like, oh, what do I need to reinforce? What do I need to hit? Or does this kid need additional help with this? Or each unit's 3 weeks. So, it would just be a lot to do it every day, honestly. So does this kid need additional support in this during their teacher table time with me? Stuff like that. It's also helpful to see like how that like what's working and what doesn't. Like say your entire class is doing really bad at this concept of this lesson, then you can like course correct and be like, oh, I really need to reteach that. So anyways, so that's really important. This scope and sequence supports our ability to be intentional with our learners. I know, like I've talked about before, I just started doing OG in my classroom this year. And so like I'm using kindergarten lessons, even though I have intense needs students. So instead of doing like a lesson a day, I'm doing like a lesson a week, the same lesson the whole week. I'm still going in order, but they need the repetition and to solidify their confidence. They feel confident in it before I move on, because otherwise if they don't feel confident, they get overwhelmed and have behaviors. So like using the scope and sequence to see like where you're supposed to be going, but also like adapting it to meet your learners where they are. Also tying back into my curriculum, it follows the scope and sequence, and it also has like benchmark testing, which is really nice. I've never had like benchmark assessments before. And it also gives us like kind of like a scope and sequence of benchmarks, which I find really helpful. I'm actually using that to like see where their IEP goals are, and it will give me like, once they've mastered this benchmark assessment, then I know exactly like what to move to, like what to change their IEP goal to. So if they've mastered lowercase letters, then they can move to uppercase letters, and if they've mastered uppercase letters, then they can move on to whatever's next in the scope and sequence. So it's really nice to kind of like, this is like my first year, like I said, that I've had these kind of supports and materials, so I'm still kind of learning about it, but it's really nice. It feels like it takes a lot of weight off my shoulders. It makes my job a lot easier, actually. So that's what I have for that. Thanks.